Hello there and welcome to CG Pixels. I'm Shashwat and in this video we are going to see how we can use Unity's new integrated AI system to speed up our game development workflow. So the AI is currently in beta, but still we are going to try and we are going to see whether it is capable or not. So without any further ado, let's begin. So right now I am on the Unity's website, okay, which is unity.com, and here you can see I have a small pop-up coming over here which is saying that Unity AI beta is here. In case if you don't see that, you can easily Google it, and I'm going to click on read more. So now I'm on this page where it is basically showing a basic showcase of how and what are the features of the AI is. So I'm pretty much interested in activating AI for my profile. So you need to remember that you need to have a active Unity account, okay? And right now it is either you can buy a seat or you can start your free trial. So I'm going to start with the free trial. So I'm going to click over here, and then I'm going to get to my payments page, right? So here I can see that I have a 14-day trial, and which is basically going to cost me 0, and then I have to choose from either a monthly plan or an annual plan. Like after 14 days, what will happen? Either it is going to switch to a monthly plan, which is by default, or else I can go ahead and choose the annual plan. So I'm going to leave it at default, and here you can see it is written that after the trial ends, your subscription will be converted to a monthly plan at $10 per month. So right now it is $10, but maybe in future it may increase or decrease, whatever. Alright, so next let's go click next, and okay, so I have already a Unity project opened up. So let me go over here. It has opened up my package manager. So let's see, let's try that again. Let's click on here, let's click here, and now you can see here. So basically the package identifier is com.unity.ai.assistant. okay, now I need to click on install, and it is going to basically install the AI package into my Unity editor. So let's wait. Alright, so it has installed the package into my editor, and right now you can see it is pre-release version. So it has not been released as a public tested package yet, but that's okay. We are anyhow going to try it out. So now let me start my Unity editor and save it. Let's close this off, and now yes, so now I have the Unity editor back. So since I have installed the AI, so basically I need to activate the AI window. Okay, so basically I have to go to window, and from here go to AI and click on assistant. So this is the AI assistant window that I get. Okay, now it is saying that Unity project is missing a cloud connection, right? So the first thing is that you have to, whenever you are creating a project and you are intending to use Unity AI with your project, so you need to make sure that your project is connected to Unity Cloud. Okay, so let me select a cloud project. Let me select the organization, and let's see what we have. Okay, so actually let me drag it over here. Right, so I've selected my organization, and from here I wish to create a new cloud project. So I'm going to click this one and just click create new cloud project. So whatever project that I have opened up, so it's basically going to link that cloud project automatically with this one, and now I think I'm able to use the AI. What is this? Will this app be targeted to children as defined by applicable laws? No, I'm not going to make any game for the children itself. So this is all fine. I can close this off, and right now I think it is all set. So let's just go ahead and drag it over here. so that we get a window. So let's actually start working with our AI system. So now that we have our assistant in place, before getting started, let's see what options that we have here. So here we can see there is this plus button. So if I click on this one, so basically if you have created any prefab or any you wish to include any message or any game object from your current scenes hierarchy, so you can attach it over here. So that's the plus button is for. You can add more context to your AI. Then we have the settings, which is basically giving two options. One is the auto run, meaning that for every command or every prompt for creating a script file or making any edits, it is not going to ask you for the permission every time. So it is you can turn on auto run if you just wanted to complete everything by itself. And collapse reasoning when complete is basically like it is going to give you the reasoning messages, so you can choose it to collapse when everything is done. And this is the most important part, which is basically the agent, which is selected by default. Then you have the plan mode and you have the ask mode. So basically the agent is pretty straightforward. So whatever you wish to do inside your project, you want the AI to perform a task, you just have to write it over here and the agent will basically obey your description. Okay, and it is going to perform all the possible tasks which is there inside Unity. Now the plan mode is when you have an idea and you want to validate your idea first, you want to aggregate all the information first, okay, and then you want to execute that plan. So in that case you have to use the plan mode. And then the ask mode is like either if you have already a project in place, or if you let's say that you using the agent or plan mode you created something, and then for a particular set of code or something you wish to understand like why it is there, what is the purpose of that. So the ask mode is for that. So basically you can ask questions and the AI will respond you back, but it is not going to make any changes in your project. So that is what it is. That is what it is. So right now let's go to the ask mode and let's see what we can do. Right, so I'm basically going to prompt the AI that I wish to know like what all the things that this AI can do for me. So let's write it up. What all the things you can perform inside Unity editor, and let's hit enter. Let's see what results. And by the way, if you are following me, just be sure that since this is the AI prompting and things, so the response that I'm going to get here may or may not be equal to you, meaning you may get a different results, right? So keep that in mind. Alright, so it has given me a response. So as a Unity assistant, I act as an expert co-pilot for your project. In my current read-only ask mode, I can perform deep inspections, analyze your project's architecture, and provide precise technical guidance. So it has given me all the things, like it can search and locate, it can do code analysis, it can do dependency mapping, it can do project settings, find and inspect objects, visual validations, spatial queries, so things like that. So it can perform a lot of things. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is let's go ahead and create a game, right? And that is the whole purpose of using an AI to faster your speed, to faster your workflow, right? So in my mind I was getting this idea of creating a dungeon game, okay, where there is this, the basic story is like there is a researcher who has gone to some sort of underground establishment, and he found out that the establishment is deeper, and there is this treasure that this expert needs to find out. So that is what the basic story I have, and let's create a great game around it. Okay. So before starting off, let me actually adjust this area to a little big so that you can see this clearly. So there is one more thing, that either I can continue in this chat window itself, or else I can click on this new button. So it is going to create a new fresh thread, right? So I'm going to create I have created a new session right now, and now I have made sure that I'm in the plan mode, and let's write our first prompt. Alright, so I have created my prompt over here, and let me quickly go through it and explain you what I have written. So in the first part, basically I have written a brief story of the game that I want to make, which is basically a dungeon game in which there is a researcher that has found out a map, and that map has taken him to some sort of underground establishment, and in the search of hidden treasure he has to go deep down the levels, and there are some enemies also, and he has to avoid that, and he has to collect coins. Okay, and then he has to go deeper and deeper in order to get to the treasure and win this game. So the levels of the deeper levels that this game will have is basically going to be the levels like level 1, level 2, like that. Okay, and then I have also here given Unity technical details. Okay, so basically I have specified that I'm using Unity's new input system, and I have specified that I want to use Cinemachine for the camera. Then for the third person controller, I have specified like what sort of angled view that I want. So I want basically a top down angled view. So that description I have given, and then I have added a description that I want to use character controller, so that the AI does not assume that I may want to create have a rigid body 3D controller. I don't want that. I want the character controller component, so I have clearly mentioned it. Then in this section over here, let me go ahead. So in this section over here, I have clearly defined what is going to be the flow of my game. So basically there is this scene, default scene, that is going to load out the main menu scene, and the main menu scene is going to have 3 buttons: start game, toggle on off music on off button, and then the exit game. And then once I press the start game, there is I want a brief story of the game to come on the center of the screen. Okay, and then the first level loads, and then I have also clearly defined out that I have I want to have a scenes folder. Inside that I want to have a levels folder, and inside that we will have different levels like level 1, level 2, and so on, right? So, and also I have given here a statement to the AI that I want this game right now to have a prototype level of things. So I have given it a direction that you are free to use the primitive 3D shapes that is available within Unity itself, and for the character also you have to use the same thing. But I have given it the instruction that later I will be replacing this with the actual 3D assets and the actual UI. So you may ask that maybe we could have not given these technical details and this level of information to AI. We may just have to we may have given the prompt like, hey, I want to create a 3D dungeon game, create it for me. So here I want to clear out one thing, that AI is not a magical thing. Okay, it's not a magical entity that whatever is there in your mind, you just write out one line of prompt and it is going to create a game. For example, I cannot just simply go ahead and say that, hey, I want to create a GTA 6, right? So that is not going to work. And being a technical developer, being a developer who is actively using AI in practical and in projects, real projects, I know that AI is going to assume a lot of things if you are not going to provide description of what you actually want. Okay, so for example, if you are going to create a white label game, for example, let's say if I want to create a Flappy Bird game, right? So one line of prompt is enough for that. I can simply go ahead and write it that I want to create a Flappy Bird game. It is going to create the Flappy Bird game for me. But when it comes to creating a custom game, and this video is all about that if you are planning to create your own game and you are using AI not as a coding replacement but as a assistant, a smart assistant which is going to help you code and do the things along the way to speed up your time, so then you have to provide some effort from your side itself. So that is this video is all about. That is what I'm trying to explain you over here, is that you whatever you know before starting the project, before letting the AI take over your project, create the scripts, create the game objects for you, first do some R&D. And for example, if you are a beginner, you don't know all these details, so you can do a little bit of research on ChatGPT first. Okay, do some research, get the clarity that what you want. Okay, and then come here and give all the details of explicit details, like what the things you want, how you want the flow. So it's basically if I were to give you an example, it's basically you are driving the car. So if you are driving the car and you are holding the steering, you should get the decision making power, whether you have to go left or right, whether you have to accelerate or you have to press the brake, or you have to run the car at 100 kilometers per hour, or you have to run it at 10 kilometers per hour. So as the AI is evolving, still it is getting smarter and smarter, but still when you are doing a project, you have to be in control. That's the point, because if you don't follow this, in the longer run, there will be a chance where the AI would have written a long 100 or 200 scripts and various game objects, and you will have no clue how your game is running and what is the flow. So I don't want you guys to be in that part, so that's why I'm explaining you. So now I have pay attention to this one. So right now I'm in the plan mode. Okay, and the detailed prompt that I have given it, it's basically I'm not starting any work. I'm just going to create a plan for this. So now my prompt is there. Let's click this one, and it is going to give the prompt to the AI. And alright, so you can see right now it has searched out my project for any existing setup and a UI setup that I have, and based on that it has created an implementation plan. Okay, and now it is waiting for my feedback to give the approval. Right, so let me just double click this one in order to open it up and see first that what is the plan that it has created. So basically it has given the game a title, Researcher's Descent, high level concept, a 3D top down dungeon crawler where a researcher avoids ghosts and collect coins to reach deeper levels and find hidden treasure. Then it's a single player game, that's fine. Classic dungeon crawlers, tone, art direction, prototype, target platform PC, that's also fine. Screen orientation, resolution 1920 by 1080, that's fine. Render pipeline URP active, that's totally. So now I'm going to click approve for this one, and now you can see that it has switched to the agent mode, and now it is going to start making changes to my project. So basically it is going to start implementing the prototype that I want to have. Now it is saying, alright guys, so it has created the requested prototype. Okay, and it has also installed the packages that I have told him, which is basically the Cinemachine package. And for the UI, it has created the UI toolkit files. So now it is saying that I need to go to my scenes folder and the boot scene, which is the default scene, and let's see if we have a boot manager. So let's hit play, let's see what we get. So basically right now I'm in the main menu, and of course I don't see my buttons right now. So let's see what went wrong. To display UI document, assign a panel setting asset. Okay, so I believe the asset is not yet created. So let's go ahead and let's see for the main menu. In menu UI, we don't have the panel setting asset right now. So let's go to the UI and let's go to create, and here UI toolkit, and here we are going to create panel setting asset for that, and just going to name this as this one, and for this over here let's drag it out, and now we have this. So I believe in the other scene also I have to do the same thing, so let's go ahead and do it. This is the story scene, story UI. Yes, the setting asset is not there. Let's select that, and now it is also configured. Let's see if we have anything in here. Yes, let's set that. Look at this one, and is there any other? No. Here also the same thing. Let's go ahead and press Ctrl S to save it, and let's go back and hit play. So basically now I have this music on and off button which is working fine. If I click exit game, the exit game is also working fine. Here I can see the logs, and if I click on start game, so a map leads the researcher deep underground, and then we get this working. So now I can basically use the WSD keys. So no, I cannot use it. So let's see what has gone wrong. This the player. So keyboard and mouse not found. Okay. System. Here no control scheme. Add a control scheme. And keyboard and mouse. Device type keyboard, and mouse. Save. Okay, save the asset, and let's go back, click on player, and over here keyboard and mouse, press Ctrl S to save. Alright, so now we have a problem where our keyboard and mouse input is not working. So let's go ahead and go to our assistant. Okay, and here let's inform the AI agent that our keyboard input is not working. So let's type in okay, hit enter. So it says that it has applied some changes. Let's go ahead and go to the play mode in order to check quickly whether it is working, and yes, this time it is working indeed. And let's go to the camera, and let's see if we have the settings for the camera system. Let's go main camera. Okay, so there is one thing, that is this level is having two cameras, right? So let me delete the default camera from this level, and let's do the same thing in the level 2 itself. Delete the default camera, and let's just try to play it once. Let's see. Yeah, the enemy is chasing. Alright, so let's play this once more. So we'll go to the boot and hit play. So we have this UI, and then we get this nice little bit of detail, and then we have this level. This is our player, and I can move using my WSD keys, and now you can see it is able to collect the coins itself, and let's see, what is this? Okay, so that's basically the exit point for the level. So that is also working, and in the next level you can see there is this ghost. I have to avoid this, and what happens if I, okay, so basically the game is getting restarted. So that's nice. I mean, within few minutes you can see that I have created a working prototype of the game that I want to have, and now I can obviously keep building on layers and layers of components and functionalities in order to further enhance this game. So that's how you see, that's how we work with AI. It's not 100% accurate, and maybe if you follow along with me, so maybe you will get the better and the accurate results in first attempt itself. But sometimes it takes a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of prompting. But also keep in mind that you have to work along with the AI, okay, in order to faster the development process. Because sometimes what happens is that you keep on sending prompts that, hey, this is not working, and it is going to create some another files, or edit something in the other scripts, but ultimately you won't get the result. So that's the trick, that you have to keep working with the AI in order to get your things done. So that was it, and I hope you liked this video. Do let me know in the comments if you have any doubts or any queries. I'll be happy to help you, and see you in some other videos. So stay tuned. Goodbye.